Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. So as a second time mom, so pregnant with my second, I want to share with you guys newborn essentials. In the beginning with Jaden, honestly, I felt like I had a small registry to begin with compared to a lot of other people, but there are some products that I absolutely loved, as well as some products that I ended up buying now to change that I think would work better for me. They're pretty much like same items in a way, but just different quality. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Sorry I'm out of breath. Pretty much 38 weeks pregnant. So let's get right into it. So I feel like the number one thing that you're gonna need is onesies. Newborns literally sleep a lot. You're gonna be changing their clothes in onesies if they, spit up or have a blowout or whatever it may be, but they literally live in them, okay? You don't need cute outfits. They just need onesies. I personally love zip-up onesies. I love the Cloud Island brand from Target. They're super affordable. They usually come like in a 2-pack or a 3-pack, and there's a lot of gender-neutral ones as well. I know Kite Baby makes really amazing ones. They're a little bit more expensive, but again, you're washing them a lot too, so just make sure it's, good quality cotton. You don't need to buy the best of the best, but something that's comfortable, not itchy, obviously. Newborns have really soft, delicate, sensitive skin, but just enough for the week so you have at least one to change every day. I feel like this one is pretty obvious, so diapers and wipes. However you choose to do this, whether it's disposable or ones that you can reuse and wash, totally up to you. I've never tried cloth diapering out, and I've wanted to for this baby. We'll see how that goes. I haven't invested in them yet. I was going to test them out with Jaden first as a toddler, even though we do want to potty train him already. It's just been a struggle with constipation issues, and I know it can make it worse. So again, wipes and diapers, however you choose to do that, reusable or disposable. No judgment here. Third one is a car seat. We personally love the Duna for the first year of life. I would say first year to 18 months. Super life-changing and just easy to use, okay? It is an investment, so whatever car seat, just make sure that you put it in your car correctly for safety, and that's that. The fourth thing is a baby wrap. I absolutely love to hold my children close, and for a really, really long time, I think I baby carried Jaden until 18 months old, and a lot of people are like, wow, you're still carrying him. I think it's a great attachment to your kid. It helps calm them down. It helps them sleep. It's great for breastfeeding. It's really, really great. And I think it's more convenient, honestly. I always carried him in a sling and a wrap when I went to Target or to the store or whatever it may be. It's much easier than carrying a stroller or a double stroller or a car seat around. It's just easy, and it's good for the both of you. My personal favorite are Sally baby wrap when they're younger. Then I love to switch to the Wild Bird sling when they get a little bit older and can sit. And one that I'm trying out that's new is, gosh, I forget what it's called, but I'm going to put it right here for you guys, and I will link everything down below as well so you guys can check it out for yourselves. So the fifth thing that you're going to need is some type of place for the baby to sleep. So whether that is a bassinet, a mini crib, a co-sleeper, whatever you choose to do, totally up to you. I, this time, did things a little bit differently. So first time we had a wicker bassinet, super cute, right? Yes, they're adorable. But I never knew that it only goes up to 15 pounds. So once he hit 15 pounds, I was like, oh my God, what do I do? So I ended up buying a mini crib that fit in our room because we just didn't have space for a large crib. Got rid of all those this time, and I decided to do a co-sleeper crib. So it kind of attaches to your bed, really breastfeeding friendly, as well as, you're close to your baby. And then later on, you can change one of the sides for it to be more crib-like. It's not fully like a large crib, but I did end up getting the Maxi Tall if you guys do want to check them out for yourselves. That is one product I'm super excited that we got this time, and I'm very excited to try it out. One thing I really enjoy too is the Snuggle Me Organic. So I chose this over the DockTot, as well as something else that I was using for Jaden. I just didn't like the shape. It wasn't as comfortable, and it was really difficult to put the cover on top, so I decided to do the Snuggle Me Organic this time. I think it's a great place for the baby to lounge, especially if you're cooking in the kitchen, or they're playing or sleeping on the floor, whatever it may be, but just to keep an eye on them. I even did this when Jaden was sleeping and I needed to shower. So that's that. I think it's really awesome, even though I do think that tummy time and everything is important for them to just be on the floor on something comfortable and not just in something where they can't move, but great for sleeping in general. I also think you need some type of swaddle or a sleep sack. I think this time I'm not going to swaddle the baby as tight as I used to. I think I'm going to go with the swaddles that are like this with the hands up, or like Kite Baby where the hands can be out. When I really think about it, I think it's important for babies to have their hands free versus just, being like this, because even though there's not a lot of space in your belly for the baby, as they grow bigger, they are still moving around, kicking their feet, moving their hands and everything like that. So I do think it's important, even though I know a lot of people are like, oh, they startle themselves and everything when their hand goes down, wake themselves up. But again, it just feels more right the other way around this time. One thing I absolutely loved as well with Jaden and will be using for baby number 2 is a bouncer. So super simple. It's neutral. The cover comes off. You can throw it in to the wash if needed. It's just super convenient. Keeps them in, especially if you're cooking or need to shower, as well as they are starting to get a little bit older and can lay a little bit more upright and sitting and things like that. And what's cool is that it's not on battery. There's no music, there's no crazy things on it. It's just with the movement of themselves, and that's how it bounces. And of course, you're going to need some basic needs for hygiene. So whether that is Q-tips for the ears, nail clippers, because their nails grow really fast and they will scratch themselves up. So I do like the Frida brand. They have the snot sucker, they have the clippers, they have a little file, they have a little bit of everything to make hygiene needs really simple. And that goes along with baby wash, moisturizer and things like that. I personally will be making my own moisturizer, and I do have a reel on that. It's DIY tallow whip. If you guys want to check that out on my Instagram, I will link it right here for you guys to follow me there. You guys can definitely find it. I use it for myself, for Jaden. My husband loves it. So really great moisturizer, and you know what's going on to your body. I think it's really important when you guys pick out products for your children, especially newborns. Our skin is one of the largest organs of our body, so everything we put on it we absorb. So think about all the ingredients that you are putting onto your baby. Look at them, because majority of the time it's a lot of chemicals, words that you don't even know what they mean or can even read. So just be mindful of that, and if you don't care, that's totally on you. I personally do, so that's something that I look into. And for soap, I'm probably just going to be using goat milk soap, 2-ingredient type thing, keeping it super simple. And of course, with bath time, you're going to need a bath. So this is really up to you and how you have your home set up. So we have a bathtub downstairs, and yes, I could probably put a washcloth down there or a towel and just let the baby be in really shallow water laying down and not have to buy a baby bathtub. But because we use the upstairs a lot, we do have a baby bathtub. Sorry. And it folds, because I'm all about saving space. I don't need something just standing there 24/7. So Jaden still takes baths in there because it's a shower. And that's what we use to make it super simple and convenient for us. So I think if you love to walk and be outside a lot, I think a stroller is really important. But I do have to say, I hardly used my Up a Baby stroller with the bassinet. Actually, let me rewind that. I used it when I used the bassinet attachment, but then later on, I ended up getting a different type of stroller from Up a Baby, one that was more convenient, the Minu, Minu, when they're able to sit, because again, I baby wear a lot. So this is really on you if you want to baby wear a lot, or if you want to, be hands-free and not have to carry the weight and have a stroller. I just think that when you think about investing in a stroller, because obviously these things are really expensive, just be mindful of what you're going to be using it for, how often are you going to use it, and kind of put those all together and see what's worth it for you. Something that has been super life-changing for me, or just wonderful to use still to this day when Jaden's 2.5 years old, is gather mats. Yes, they are an investment, but yes, they are so easy to clean. I literally get the mini size. It is great to change their diaper. It's great as a placemat. It's great to use for activities, for crafting. I also love their padded mats. I think they're really great for when you're doing tummy time. They're comfortable. We sit and play on them. They're like the #1 baby item that I would recommend for anyone. Again, they are, pricier, but such great quality. Like, my dog's scratches on it, and there's no scratches. It is so easy to clean, so easy to use. The ones that are not padded, so easy to fold. You could take it for a picnic outside. There's all these different sizes. There's ones that have prints on them or educational things, so I really highly recommend you guys check them out. My friend is actually expecting soon, and she was like, I really, really like that brand that you use, and I was like, yeah, you need to have it. All right, so now we are moving on to breastfeeding things, and I'm gonna say that these are obviously essential, not essential, depending if you're breastfeeding or formula feeding. I really encourage you guys to try breastfeeding because I think it's so great for your child. But again, to each their own. Fed baby is best. And we'll get right into it. So #1 thing that I really think you need is a haka. Okay, so whether you choose to pump or not pump, a haka is really great for getting the other let down from your breast while the baby's feeding on one. And it just catches so much milk. You can literally have a whole freezer stash just from the haka. It is that amazing. So if you learn to use it the right way, it is like a $12 thing that you need to have in your life if you are breastfeeding. I promise you, you will not regret it. So you could choose to breastfeed exclusively by placing and latching your child onto your breast, or you can also choose to pump. So in that case, you would need a breast pump. I personally use the LV with Jaden, and I really liked it, and now I'm going to be trying their one that insurance covers, but I am choosing to breast pump less and trust my body because I've been through it once versus breast pumping a lot because it made me crazy. It is mentally and emotionally draining, and physically too, honestly. You're hooked up to something 24/7. So I feel like if you're on the go, me as a makeup and hair artist, I needed something that I just could attach to myself and didn't need to be plugged into a wall. And that's where the LV came in. But again, I hope to breast pump a lot less. But that is something you may need and may be essential for you if you choose to be exclusively breast pumping or doing it on the go. And the best thing I can say is check with your insurance what is covered. I know Medela, a lot of people use Spectra, and I would say LV is becoming something that a lot of people are using too. So the next thing I would say that is essential is probably bottles and pacifiers, but not for everyone. So if you're formula feeding, obviously you're going to need bottles. And if you are exclusively breastfeeding, you may not need bottles at all. But then again, remember, you're always going to have your baby around you. You won't be able to leave the house. If you go on date night, you might have to take the baby with you. And that's really up to you on how you feel and how comfortable you are doing these things. So it's your choice at the end of the day. But I personally am doing glass bottles this time. I don't want anything with plastic. and I'm doing the ones from Even Flow because the nipple shape is really great for breastfed babies. So I encourage you to look at that as well when you are picking out a bottle. You want it to be more gradual versus like super like flat and then like thin, just like sticking up. Because if it is that way, it is completely differently shaped than your own nipple, and baby weight may not want to latch on your breast. And so same thing kind of goes with pacifiers, whether you want to use your boob as a pacifier or whether you want to just have baby learn how to soothe themselves, whether it's with their finger or whatever it may be, because pacifiers are really hard to get rid of. Even though Jaden took out his pacifier at 6 months old because he realized he had his thumb, and he's still thumb sucking. So we're still working on him getting rid of that. We shall see what happens. Any tips on that would be great. I don't want to scare him or do anything with fear or place something on his finger that's food that he may not like in the future. So if you guys have any tips, let me know down below. So the next two things I would say are essential but not essential, depending on, you know, if your baby spits up a lot or not and how you choose to clean it up. So burp cloths. I personally did not use too many. I may use more now, I don't know, but I feel like you could also just use a towel that you have around the house. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. So just because it says burp cloth does not mean you need to get burp cloths. You can also use something that you may have in the house already. And the last thing is a breastfeeding pillow. I personally really like having a breastfeeding pillow just for support, but again, you could just use a pillow. You don't need to invest in a breastfeeding pillow, but I did get the one from Snuggle Me Organic as well. You can look at the shapes on how they fit your body and things like that, but again, just having a pillow is enough too. Some people like to also breastfeed in their baby carrier. Some people like to do it laying down. I actually really liked laying side by side with Jaden, but again, this also depends where you are, what you're doing, if you need one or not. Choice is up to you. So this is what I would recommend for a newborn. I don't think it's a lot of things. It really isn't. Babies do not need it a lot. They need your love, attention, and they need you to hear them out when they cry. When they cry, all they probably need is a diaper change, food, or sleep. And if you learn your baby and if you really pay attention to them, their cues are so easy to read, and you'll realize that all they need is you. You're honestly the most important thing that they have. So nurture your baby, nourish your baby, and love them because they grow so fast. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope to see you guys in the next one. And again, I will link everything down below for you if you guys want to check it out. A lot of things are also linked in my Amazon storefront. If you guys ever, can't find something, there's other things in there too. Literally, I update it all the time. So thank you guys again so much for watching. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'm going to put it right here again because I'm a lot more active on there pretty much daily. So you guys can check that out, and that's about it. See you guys soon.